Greetings. Elder Blacklight. Again, you hear background noises which consist of air blowing from the fan and the air conditioner. Uh, I don't celebrate Independence Day, period, even though it's the coming of, it marks the coming of Master Farad Muhammad, uh, 4th of July, 1930, to give a black man his independence from the thought process of the Caucasian. So a lot of people get it confused when they might see a brother celebrating. A lot of brothers ain't celebrating for the same reason you celebrating. Uh, you know, instead of hanging out that American flag, they hanging out the star and the crescent. A lot of them hanging out the red, black, and the green. I have no beef with the red, black, and the green, but the red, black, and the green don't, a lot of times, don't recognize the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And that's where we are in disunity, because a lot of brothers recognize Malcolm more so than Elijah. A lot of brothers recognize Marcus Garvey. But Marcus Garvey didn't bring to you the science of self and the history of self, but he brought to you the organized unity of what black people can do under the oppression of the white supremacist Uncle Sam. And so, but he was before the coming of Master Farad Muhammad, and a lot of brothers celebrate the red flag with the star, representing Moorish thought, which is Islam, and the coming of Noble Drew Ali. But his teachings were similar, but not quite as radical, or not quite as scientific as Elijah Muhammad. In my point of view, a lot of brothers don't see it that way. And the Moorish also claim that they were here with the Indians. They also claim the Indian culture here in America. So I respect that, because we the same original nation. The Indians is no different from the black man when it comes to certain philosophies and customs, and certain spirituality. Because I got a movie I'm going to play clips from, and it's an old movie with Robert Taylor. He plays an Indian. Robert Taylor is a Caucasian playing an Indian that was in the World War. I mean, not the World War, excuse me, erase that. But he was in the Civil War fighting for the Union Army. And then he came home, and his father had a 80-acre ranch that he was maintaining, and they wanted to kick him off that land. They had thousands of head of cattle, and he was coming home to that. But time has changed, you see. He fought for Uncle Sam, but y'all celebrate the red, y'all celebrate the blue and red and white Star Spangled Banner, and I got to show that later on, show you where I'm coming from, but I'm not going to get too deep into that. I want to talk about the science and the teachings of Master Farad Muhammad, and also when you are in the Nation of Islam, you know, you're military, if you're FOI, and when you're military, you have general orders. See, the churches in recent years were being shot up, members killed, black churches, members killed in recent years because they didn't have a military. Now one church, I can't recall the name of it, was down south. They had the Deacons of Defense, you know, and they stopped all that coming in shooting up people. But mostly all your black churches don't believe who the white man is. They don't believe in the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But lately, you know, they beginning to, some of them beginning to recognize it, but they want to still stay in this system. So they don't believe in the whole program of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad of separation. So that's what we're going to talk about. See, the reason why a lot of brothers lead you into celebrating the 4th of July, because they in with the government, man. That's how they get paid. It ain't nothing but a job. You know, as long as they claim to fight white supremacy, they always gonna have their job. You see? And a lot of this is politics, man. The coronavirus is politics. They say church and state don't mix, but yet and still you see them campaigning in the churches, black churches. And that ain't told y'all nothing yet. You know, it's all trickery, man. If church and politics don't mix, why do the black politicians, why do the black clergymen have black politicians coming in campaign, white politicians, not only white but black politicians coming in the church saying speeches, you know. Now that don't follow in alignment with what Jesus taught. Jesus wasn't no politician, man. Matter of fact, he didn't even go to the church. He didn't have no roof over his head when he preached, man. You know, Jesus was out in the wilderness, on hills, and out on the streets, man, on the street corners, and, you know, like y'all seen Malcolm, so many other brothers do. And he didn't like taxes, to be taxes. Matter of fact, he converted some of his followers, disciples into tax, to stop being tax collectors, you know, and he spoke against taxes. But you got black clergymen trying to turn it around because they in with Uncle Sam, satanic teachings, man, trickery, lies, and whatever. So it was necessary for Allah to come in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And we're going to talk about this not just because of 4th of July, but from now on, because no one else talks about that part. about the foundation of the Nation of Islam. They offer that now. They try to say that certain teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad died with him, and so you got just a slightly different new teachings from Minister Farrakhan and others because of the fact that they're using the nations of Islam and Master Farad Muhammad and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They're using their reputation to establish their own agenda, their own desires. You know, they want to go mainstream. They want to cross over. Not all of them, but Minister Farrakhan wants to go mainstream. That's why he was all on the TV going mainstream on the Phil Donahue show. That's why he's with Alex Jones, talking to Alex Jones, you know, because he want to go mainstream. He want to be the undeclared president or leader of all black people. And so it ain't gonna work like that, man. And so we got to call your attention to that. Then you got so many other brothers and sisters that's on YouTube wanting to be leaders and spokesmen for the black people, but they compromise, man. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't compromise. You know, he didn't compromise his position, but the rest of these leaders, they compromising, man. You can't never get justice like that compromising. So we're gonna come back later on today with a movie that came out in the 50s or something like that, talking about the Indian. It's so similar to the black man's, you gotta check it out. So similar to the black man's problem, you gotta check it out. Black life.